Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy that you are here for our hip opener practice, opening the hip and opening the heart. Let's begin. Remembering in any yoga, if you move into pain, always back off immediately. And we like to play the edge, so we're not forcing, striving, and pushing our body. We're not being couch potatoes either. We're playing that gentle edge where we're going to open the body up in a gentle way. It's more powerful. And at any time you can move out of a pose and take a rest. Let's begin. Comfortable seated position, feeling that earth underneath you, closing the eyes and drawing the attention inward as you begin to breathe into this lower abdomen, the lower belly. Beginning to scan the inner body, withdrawing your attention from the external world and drawing the attention inward into the inside of your body. You may feel the heart beating, that beautiful, powerful pulsation that expands throughout the whole body. Just noticing what it's like to be you in this moment. In the physical body, inner energies, and the emotional landscape. Witnessing without any judgment. Taking a moment to send your heart love and create an intention for yourself. Always stating it in the positive and the present, and so it is already manifest. And allow yourself to feel that emotional benefit, these emotions that you so want from this intention. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. You do a short pranayama, samavriti, a nice even breathing. We'll inhale 4, pause 4, exhale 4, and then move up to 6. So let's begin. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, pause 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, pause 2, 3, 4, inhaling 2, 3, 4, pause 2, 3, 4, exhaling 2, 3, 4, pause 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, pause 2, 3, 4, exhaling 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move to 6. Pause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And letting the breath go and watching the breath as it returns to its natural rhythm. Noticing the inner energies, feeling that beautiful open heart. And we'll begin our hip opening practice. Get on the mat here. And we're going to begin with a butterfly bound ankle, bringing the feet together. Wrap those hands around the feet and open them up a little bit, like a book. Like you can give the feet a little massage, a little bit of love. And let's begin to flap those butterfly wings. And you can start off slow. You can move a little faster if you like. We're just warming up these hips so we can open them up, opening up the hips and the heart. And beginning to slow those butterfly wings down, Baddha Konasana. Stop. And then bringing those legs and knees down towards the earth as you extend the spine. See how tall you can get. Inhaling deeply as you extend and lengthen the spine, engaging those bandhas. Mula bandha is the pelvic floor. Uddiyana bandha, get this core in and up. Jalandhara bandha, the chin comes in and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And on your exhale, we're going to hinge forward into a nice forward fold, feeling those hips opening up. See how far you can come and breathe. If you'd like to bring the hands down to the floor and create a little more stretch, you can do that. We're not going to be rounding the spine in this. We're just going to keep it straight. And nice engaged bandhas. Let's bring in the prana and the breath. One more breath. And then on your next inhale, walking those hands back and coming all the way back up. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into a nice wide leg forward fold. So bringing both legs out wide. And let's just go straight forward. So we're going to inhale, lengthening the spine. And we're going to exhale, hinging forward. And find your edge. And when you're at your edge, allow that spine to round and bringing the head in towards the earth. Feeling a nice stretch on the legs. Engage those bandhas and bring in the prana. And on your next inhale, walking those hands back and coming all the way back up. Beautiful job. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take those feet. This first feet, we're going to move into what is called firelight. Agnam Stambhasana. So I have my right leg and it's about as parallel as I can get here to the long edge of the mat. And we are going to be stacking the knees and the ankles. I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to bring that so the left ankle is right on top of my right knee. And right here, my right knee and my left knee and my right ankle are lined up. So the ankles and the knees are lined up. Now there's a big space here, and that's where we could put a block or a cushion in if you like. I like to just leave it as is, but a lot of people like to do that. This is where I need to get some more flexibility. We're going to take the feet and we're going to flex them. Flex those feet. You're going to feel that hip opening. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhale, folding forward. And find that gentle edge for yourself and fold that, feel it in your hip, and engage those bandhas and breathe. One more deep breath. And coming back up. Beautiful job. And we're going to release over to the other side. Opening those legs back up. I'm going to take my left leg. Line this shin up with the long edge of my mat. And in this right ankle, right on top of the left knee. And ankles and knees are lined up. Flexing those feet. Inhaling, lengthening. And exhaling, folding forward. Feeling that nice hip opening. Keeping the heart open. In both the hips and the heart. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. One more breath. And gently and kindly coming back up and releasing those legs. Let's bring them out in front and flop them back and forth a little. Windshield wiper feet. We're going to move into a hero pose, Virasana. And we can add some props we can use if you want. And one is to have the blanket out in front and put the knee on top of the blanket. You can put a block right between your feet. It's wide leg, and you can bring the buttocks down on the block and bring the knees back together. This makes it easier to be in Virasana, a nice seated pose. You like to go into a pose without props, being on knees first here. We're pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. We're going to open up those legs and come down onto the mat. Tops of the feet are pressing in, knees are together, and we're going to inhale as we lengthen. You can rest the hands on the knees, shoulders are back, shoulder blades are together. Engage those bandhas, and gazing forward and simply breathe. One more breath. job. Coming up into a table pose. Face you as we move into frog mandukasana. And the first thing we want to do is take those knees out nice and wide. And then the lower legs and shins are going to come out wider than the knees. Flexing those feet. Hands are on the earth, and we're going to take those hips back. Bring your buttocks back and feel that hip opener. Find your gentle edge, engaging those bandhas, and breathe. One more breath. And then coming back up. Beautiful job. Bring those lower legs in, the knees in, and we move into our seated squat malasana. So we're going to come up onto the feet. Now for me, I have a tendency to have those feet, show you. My heels like to stay up, but we're going to do our best to come back onto our feet. Now sometimes I fall down, but that's all right. You can bring the hands into Ajna Mudra. I'll face you. And you can take the elbows, the upper arms, and press those legs further apart. For a little more sensation, a little more hip opening, engaging those bandhas, and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful job. And coming into a table pose. Beautiful table pose. We're going to move into some low lunges, Ajna Asana. So I'm going to take this right leg up between the hands. Now you can take that back knee back a little further, lowering those hips, bending the front knee into a nice lunge rock. We've been doing these in our sun salutation, making some nice movement for some more sensation in that hip, gauging the bandhas, and breathe. You can lunge back, straightening that front leg, feeling a nice stretch, flexing and extending the foot, keeping that breath flowing and making this a nice moving meditation. Keeping that heart open, filling yourself with great self-love, appreciation, being proud of yourself. Fully present to sensation. And coming back to center. What we're going to do now is move into blaster pose. So I'm going to take this right hand and bring it to the inside of my right foot. I'm going to take this knee and bring it back a little bit. Lowering those hips and finding your edge. Feels got a nice hip opening, and this is perfect posture right here. And so feel a lot of sensation. If you want to bring in more sensation, you can come down to your forearms, engaging your bandhas and breathe. More breath. On your next inhale, coming back up. We're going to move back up, and we're going to move now into pigeon on this side. So we're going to take this right leg and we're going to bring it in front, and we're going to do our best to have this front foot, the shin, parallel to the upper part of the mat. Now for me, I am not able to get it parallel. Bringing the hands to either side so you can come up and square those hips, trying not to fall back onto your buttocks. And we'd like to take the hands forward and feeling that nice hip opening here in your pigeon. And you can either stay here or you can come down. But I actually feel more sensation and more stretch when I'm up onto my hands. Letting those hips sink down, engaging the bandhas, and breathe. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful. And coming back, bringing that leg back, moving into table and then into a nice little child's pose before we go on to the other side. And as you rest in child's pose, rest in that beautiful sacred heart of yours. On your next inhale, coming all the way up. Beautiful job. Back into our table. We're going to move into low lunge, Anjaneyasana on the other side. Bring in the left leg up. Take that right knee back a little. Sinking those hips down as you bend that front knee into a nice lunge. Making those little micro movements for more sensation. Engaging those bandhas and enjoying a nice moving meditation as you rock back, straightening the front leg, flex and extend the foot, and moving back into a nice lunge. Find your own rhythm. You bask in this moving meditation. Keeping the breath flowing, bandhas engaged. And coming back to center. We're going to move into blaster. So I'm going to take this left hand, bring it on the inside of my left foot, both hands on the inside. And I'm going to take that knee back a little more. Here we are in blaster pose, sinking those hips down, And you can bring yourself down to your forearms if you like, engaging those bandhas and breathe. Giving the hips time to open, keeping that heart open. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up. And we're going to move into our pigeon. Stay here and take that front foot, this left foot, and chin as close to parallel to the front as you can. Coming up onto, watching again that we don't flip over onto our hips. So we're going to square those hips as best as we can. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Sinking those hips down for lots of sensation and hip opening. One more breath. Beautiful. And coming out. Again, moving into child's pose. Opening up these knees and resting in your heart. Keeping that heart open to your precious, sacred self. Coming up. Beautiful job. We're going to come onto our backs. And let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth, releasing and relaxing that lower back. It always feels so good. And bringing the feet to the mat, knees are up. We're going to move into a supine pigeon, or is also called the four pose. I'm going to keep this right knee up, and I'm going to bring the left ankle to rest just above the right knee. I'm going to lift that right foot off the earth, bringing the right leg in towards the body. I'm going to clasp my hands behind the quad, my hamstring, my right hamstring, back thigh muscles, and pull that right leg into the body. You'll feel it in your left hip. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And releasing that leg. And switching legs, moving over to the other side. The right ankle is resting just above the left knee. I'm going to lift that left leg up, clasping my hands behind the left leg and pulling that left leg in towards the body. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. Bring in the prana and life force. Feeling the sensations of that right hip opening up. Open heart. One more breath. and releasing the leg. Beautiful job. I'm going to take this left leg and bring it straight out and move into a nice knee down twist. Coming up onto this left side just an inch to keep that low back and lumbar neutral. Bringing the right knee over to the left hand guiding that right knee over. And find your gentle edge. Feels good for you. Right hand is extended 90 degrees out, and you're going to turn the head to gaze out over those right fingertips, bringing a twist into the cervicals, thoracic, and lumbar spine. Engage those bandhas. Bring in the prana. One more breath. Feels so good. Releasing the leg, coming back to center. We're going to straighten out that right leg, coming up onto the right side an inch. Left leg over to the right. Right hand guiding that left leg over. Bringing that left arm out 90 degrees and turning the head to gaze out over those left fingertips. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And releasing that left leg, coming back to neutral, center. Let's bring those knees into the chest, hugging those knees, rocking back and forth. Let's bring those legs up and create a nice little inversion. Flex and extend those feet. Bring those legs nice and wide. Stretch. And let's bend those knees once they're really wide, keeping them wide. Bring your arms out to the outer edges of the feet. And these are clear of the ribs, so we don't want to hurt our ribs. And we can gently pull those knees down, feeling that beautiful hip opening. Find your edge. This is baby. We'll move into happy baby in a minute, but we're just in baby. The lumbar spine, sacrum are on the earth. We're not lifting the buttocks up. We're just keeping ourselves flat. Feel that lumbar spine on the earth. Feel those knees coming down. Engage those bandhas and breathe. And when you're ready, moving into baby, kicking those feet around a little bit, enjoying moving in your body like you did when you were a baby. You discovered your feet. Having fun with your body. rolling around. Coming back to center. Let's bring those feet together in a supine butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Wrapping the hands around the feet and gently pulling those feet in towards the body. Feel that hip opening. Engaging the bandhas, bring in that prana. Beautiful job. And we're going to release the legs, move into our releases and Savasana. Both feet hip width on the mat and move into our hula. So we're swiveling the hips. The sacrum is flat on the earth. One hip is coming up towards our armpit while the other hip is reaching down towards the heel. And we're going to keep swiveling, taking turns, noticing the beautiful sensations in this pelvic area, sacrum, the lower back. We're releasing everything, all tension in the lower back for a nice, comfortable savasana. Coming back to center, moving into hip pointers. I have my right butt cheek rooted into the earth, and I'm going to lift that left butt cheek as I point that hip up towards the sky. Rooting the left butt cheek into the earth as I point that right up to the heavens. And going back and forth in your hip pointers. A little twist, lumbar. Keeping the breath flowing, bandhas gently engaged. Coming back to center, moving into some cat, cow, flexion, extension of the spine. As you move into your cow, you're going to feel that back arch up off the mat. Your back may still be touching, but that spine is arching up, tailbone is sticking out. And as you move into your cat, you're going to be pressing the small of the back into the earth, tucking the tailbone under. Flexion. Back and forth in flexion and extension. Cat, cow. Finding your own pace. Nice deep breaths. And coming back to neutral. Knees are up, and we're going to walk the feet further and further apart till we find the wide edges of your mat, and we're going to drop one knee at a time, single knee drop into the middle. Feeling that in your hips. Releasing the tension, nice stretch. Enjoying the sensations, fully present to your body, sensations, the movements. Keeping that breath flowing, the prana moving, building the vitality in the body. One more time on each side. And coming back to center. Keeping those knees up, we're going to walk those feet back together. Flop both legs over to one side or the other. Double knee drop, and we're going to lift the top knee. And when that top leg gets over to the other side, the bottom leg will follow. And then both to the other side, lifting the top leg, bringing it over. The bottom will follow. One more time on each side. And coming back to neutral position. Making any last movements you might need to make, or little releases. I like to always bring those knees into the chest one more time, rocking back and forth and doing whatever you need to get ready for your savasana. You need a blanket or socks, eye pillow, something under your knees and head. And coming into a really nice and comfortable position. I like to bring the feet a little wider apart, flop those feet out, the hands a little wider than the body, palms up, open hands, open heart, feeling the body become heavy, relaxing and releasing, like a sack of potatoes, all effort released, coming into complete relaxation. Every cell, every organ, every system of the body, including the brain and nervous system, coming into deep relaxation. And we'll bask in silence as we allow this asana practice to integrate all levels of our body, mind, and spirit. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. To begin to come back, wiggling the fingers and the toes, and stretching the arms and the legs. And rolling over to one side or the other. Taking a breath on your side. Up to seated position, and we're going to move into our 10-minute mindfulness meditation. And our focus is on pratyahara, the inner aliveness, the inner sensation. Breathing into the belly and withdrawing your attention from the external world, including the thoughts, all the concerns and worries and responsibilities. Dive inside into your heart, into your soul, into the inside of your body, connecting deeply with this inner presence, this inner alignment. Breathing into the lower belly, single point of focus on the inner dynamic energy field. Thoughts come in and distract you in that inner focus. Kindly and gently release those thoughts and bring your attention back into pratyahara. Asking in the felt sense, the heart, the inner being. All your focus and attention within. Resting the awareness in the dynamic energy field within your body. All the attention to pratyahara, basking in the nectar. Sending your heart and this inner being great love, appreciation. Honoring this inner presence by bringing your awareness, your loving awareness. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Taking this moment to scan the body, the emotions. Notice any shifts from the beginning of practice. Bringing yourself back to that intention that you set. We'll conclude with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for Ecstatic Yoga. Please go to ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.